For years, people have been convinced that they found the perfect way to lose weight, whether it be paleo, vegetarian, carnivore, you name it. But here's the problem. Most people are focusing on the wrong thing. What if I told you that the diet itself isn't the magic trick? It's how you approach it. Stick with me for the next few minutes, and I'll show you what I mean. Now, I know what some of you are already thinking. Why should I listen to you? You're just some stranger on the internet. Fair, but hear me out. Over the last 3 months, I've lost about 15 to 18 pounds, and I've been lifting and attempting to bodybuild for the past 2 to 3 years. I've been on both sides, overweight, confused, and making dumb mistakes. And now, I'm finally seeing results. For example, in my first year of lifting, I thought eating clean meant I could eat unlimited portions. So I'd have giant bowls of pasta with chicken, thinking I was building muscle. But in reality, I was just in a massive surplus and gaining fat. On the other side, I've also gone too extreme with cutting, barely eating, and feeling weak, all just to rebound insanely hard. So I'm not saying I know it all, but I've learned a thing or two the hard way. And if my experience can save you some time and frustration, then it's worth sharing. But let's get right to the chase. Calories. Your very first step should be figuring out your maintenance calories. That's a number of calories you need daily just to maintain your current weight. And once you know that, you can adjust depending on whether you want to lose it or gain it. But here's where most people mess up. They slash their calories way too low and way too fast. I get it. The scale might drop quickly at first, but you're not just burning fat, you're burning muscle as well. Your energy's going to crash, and then your diet becomes impossible to stick with. I've been there. One time I cut so aggressively that I couldn't even focus at the gym. My lifts tanked. It was terrible. I was dragging myself throughout the day, and within a few weeks, I ended up binging and gaining everything back. That quick fix ended up wasting more time than it saved. So instead, my recommendation is to go slower. Aim for a moderate deficit, something that you can live with long term. For most people, that's around 300 to 500 calories below maintenance. You'll make progress, but you'll also have the energy to work out and actually enjoy life. And that's the balance that keeps the weight off for good. Once you got your deficit in place, comes step two, swapping out the bad with the good. And this is where I think dieting has actually gotten easier in recent years. We now live in a time where there are so many low calorie alternatives that can keep you on track without feeling miserable. Let me give you some of my personal recommendations. First, rice cakes, whether it be caramel, chocolate, apple cinnamon, even lightly salted. They can easily replace that bag of chips or cookies you normally reach for. I'm not saying it's the same as a Kit Kat bar, but when you're on a cut, it does the job. Sometimes I would put peanut butter on it to make it more filling and make it feel like a treat, and the calories will just still stay in control. The next, Halo Top ice cream or protein pints. This one changed the game for me. I love ice cream, but if you go with Ben and Jerry's, you basically blow away half of your calories in a few scoops. With Halo Top or protein pints, you can eat an entire pint if you really wanted to and still be on track. That psychological boost of finishing a whole pint of ice cream without guilt, huge. The next I would say is non fat Greek yogurt. And I get it, it's not amazing on its own, but with a little creativity, it's gold. I used to crush up an Oreo in it and boom, it'd just be cookies and cream all over again without killing my diet. Or I'd also put on rice cakes too, just for an easy snack. High protein, low calories, and super filling. And here are a few more swaps that worked for me, which would be low calorie tortillas, sugar free syrups and diet sodas, and you gotta have protein bars instead of candy bars. Point is, dieting doesn't have to mean boring chicken and salad 3 times a day. If you actually enjoy what you're eating, you'll stick with it way longer. Now let's talk about tracking. A lot of people ask, if I'm counting calories, what's the best way to do it? The answer is simple. Get a food scale and use a free app like MyFitnessPal and just track everything. Now I know, it sounds tedious, but here's the reality. Tracking is often what makes or breaks a diet, in my opinion. Without it, you're just guessing. And trust me, I used to eyeball my portions thinking I was being good. But then I realized I was undercounting by hundreds of calories every single day. or the opposite. I was overcounting. The more precise you are, the better. And the good news is, once you've tracked your food for a few weeks, it gets way easier. You'll start to remember what a serving of rice looks like, how many calories are in your go to snacks, and eventually you won't even need to weigh everything. You'll just know. So instead of just shooting in the dark, you'll have a better estimate. Think of it like training wheels. At first, you're going to need them, but over time, you build balance and you don't rely on them anymore. Tracking gives you that awareness that sticks with you long after the diet is over. And of course, the final step, exercise. And here's the thing, I don't care what type of exercise it is, whether it's weightlifting, CrossFit, calisthenics, jogging, cycling, whatever makes you want to keep coming back to it. For me, lifting weights is what clicked. I fell in love with seeing myself get stronger. I loved the environment of the gym and the people that made it what it is today, like Menser, Yates, Arnold. It motivated me to stay consistent. But for you, it might be running or even something as simple as walking. I know someone who lost over 15 pounds just by walking every single day and making better food choices. No gym, no crazy workout plan, just hiking and being at a deficit. The most important part is finding a form of movement that excites you so it doesn't feel like a chore. Because if you hate what you're doing, be honest, you're not going to stick with it. But here's the bigger picture, dieting isn't about suffering through months of torture. It should be an experience that teaches you about your body, about nutrition, and about your own discipline. When I look back at my weight loss journey, the thing I valued the most isn't just the number on the scale. It's what I learned about consistency, about patience, about pushing through obstacles. And yeah, remember, there will be obstacles. You'll have weeks where the scale doesn't move, times where cravings feel overwhelming, and days where you don't feel like working out. But that's all part of it. And the key is to stay consistent, not perfect. If I can go back and tell my past self one thing, it would be this: stop searching for the perfect diet. There is no secret hack. The magic is consistency. It's finding a balance you can live with, not just for 8 weeks, but for as long as you can until it's done. The second thing I'd say is don't compare your progress to others. We all lose weight at different speeds. Some drop a few pounds in a month, others lose 1 pound in a week. Both is progress. Your journey is yours. And the last thing, learn to enjoy it. Instead of seeing dieting as a punishment, think of it as proof that you can set a goal and work towards it every day. It's not about just losing fat, it's about gaining control, confidence, and discipline that carry over into the rest of your life. So, to sum it all up, number one, figure out your maintenance calories and aim for a realistic deficit. Number two, swap high calorie foods for smarter, lower calorie alternatives that you actually enjoy. Number three, track your calories. It's not glamorous, but I promise you, it works. And finally, move your body in a way that makes you happy so you can stick with it long term. Because at the end of the day, weight loss doesn't have to be stressful or miserable. It should be a challenge. Yeah, but a challenge that you can overcome and even enjoy along the way. And when you finally see results, trust me, it's worth it. Thank you so much for sticking around. I appreciate you. Hopefully, I can see you in the next one. Good luck.